Hello everybody! Today we're going to unpack, take a close-up look and test the Eclat Nail Clippers. So let's go ahead and open up the packet. So in this packet are two Eclat Nail Clippers. This is a 2-pack. Now let's go ahead and open it up by popping the opening up of the grip seal packet. And let's slide or tip the contents out. And just checking through to make sure nothing is left behind in the foil grip seal packet. We can set it on the left hand side of the frame. And just setting the contents across the tabletop so you have a nice clear view of the items from this 2-pack of Eclat Nail Clippers. Okay, let's start off by first taking a look at this card. So there is a little rectangular card with very fine print on it. So it has some warning information about the nail clippers. We can set that down and let's set it on the right hand side of the frame. And now taking a look at both nail clippers in their packets for now, as they are. So you can see that this 2-pack comes in 2 different sizes. And just setting both nail clippers in my hand to give you some idea of the scale and giving you some perspective as well of the 2 sizes of nail clippers in this Eclat Nail Clippers 2-pack. Okay, let's open both packets up and remove the nail clippers inside of them. So there is a sticky label on both packets, and just going to give you a look at both of them to see if they've got the same information printed on them. Okay, so it is about getting some free items. Let's open up this smaller packet by tearing open that sticky label. And let's set it down for now and continue with the other larger packet of nail clippers. So let's get the camcorder to focus on this packet. And popping that clear plastic packet open. And this time around, once again giving you another look, but this time of course, before we start handling it and taking any close-up looks or test, right there side by side of these 2 nail clippers, fingernail and toenail, or small and large, right there of the 2 sizes. And this time around giving you a look at both of them up close next to each other. So right there, the Eclat Nail Clippers. Freshly out from their 2-pack grip seal packet. And of course their individual clear plastic packaging. And now giving you a look at both of them. So they are made from zinc alloy. And they do have an antimicrobial silver coating. So giving you a look at them both side by side, and then we'll take a close-up look at each of them, starting with the small one first. Just giving you a look at them both. And of course, quite importantly, is of course the cutting edge. Of both these nail clippers. So trying to give you as much detail as I can. And we can see that Eclat branding on the top, on the lever of both nail clippers. Okay, so let's start off by taking a look at the smaller one. So I'm going to set the larger one to the side, setting it on the right hand side of the frame, and taking a look at the smaller nail clipper. So I'm actually going to shift that nail clipper further up to the top right hand side so there's more room to focus on the foreground with this smaller nail clipper. So giving you a much closer up look this time round. At the various aspects of this nail clipper, so you can see it does have kind of gunmetal finish to the lever and a high polished surface to the rest of the nail clipper. And it's interesting to see that there is a hole there for storage or even keeping it in your keyring. And you can see that very finely finished cutting edge of the nail clipper. And the kind of contour or curve of it, that top down look, so you can see right there. All the very fine details of this nail clipper. Now let's pop that lever up, and of course just being careful there, keeping my fingers away from that cutting edge. So it does have a very nice action right there, twisting and turning that lever around from its packed state to its functioning state right there. And it does have a very smooth lever action right there, as you can see. And silent operation as well. No creaking at all. So just giving you that look right there, head on at the jaw or cutting edge of this nail clipper. And on the underside of the lever right there, you can see that there is a very fine coarse surface. So that is a nail file, so you can always tidy up your nails after a cut or trim with that very fine and coarse surface. So that's a little rectangular patch of nail file that's tucked away on the underside of the lever when in the stored position right there. Nice to see that there is two channels or grooves there to provide some extra grip on that lever. Now let's go ahead and test it out by trimming my nail here. So fingernail on the thumb, just giving you a look right there up close and making sure that the image or video is in focus. And right there, giving you a look as to the action. So very effortless, and you can hear that crisp cut. So giving you a look right there. Once again. So just excuse me as I try and be a bit careful here because I'm not looking directly or at least I'm trying my best to look directly at what I'm doing, even though there is a camcorder and tripod in the way, obscuring my vision somewhat. So if I'm a little bit slow at doing this, it's just because I don't want to injure or hurt myself here. Last thing you want to see is any blood. Okay, so right there, nice crisp cutting action, very effortless, smooth in operation. And let's try this nail on my index finger. So just wedging the nail clipper so you can see nice and crisp action right there of the nail clipper. Now let's try out the larger one. So just once again, just giving you a look at them both side by side. So I've just used the left one. So large one is of course for much thicker or harder nails, such as toenails and such, but I won't be testing it out on my toenails at all today. Just going to try it out on my fingernails. So just giving you a look right here at the larger of the two Eclat nail clippers. So this one designed for harder or larger nails, such as thick and crusty toenails. So let's twist that lever up and around and giving you that look. So it has that similar design with that nail file patch on the underside of the lever, and just giving you a look right there. And in terms of use, so right there you can see it is rather effective with very fine shavings. Rounding off my thumbnail. Okay, so now let's test it on my fingernail, my index finger. So not quite finished cutting from earlier with the smaller pair. Let's do that, and you can hear once again very crisp action, and it does have a wide angle of operation as well. You can see that lever does rotate and work in various angles in relation to the cutting edge. So same thing with the smaller one as well. I'm just going to give you a look right there with the smaller pair. So once again we can see that it does work at very wild angles. Okay, so I'm just going to once again set that smaller one down and continue and do a trim on my middle finger this time around. So let's make sure that the camcorder has the nail clippers in focus. So this is the larger one. And right there, trimming away very nicely and giving you a close-up look. Of course, I'm doing this with partially obscured vision with the camcorder and tripod in the way. So doing this somewhat hastily. And let's file and tidy up the edges. As best I can with the integrated nail file located on the underside of the nail clippers lever. just smoothing out the edges of the 3 nails that I've clipped or cut. I'm just doing a quick wipe and dusting off. And one last look at the pair side by side. So that's the Eclat nail clippers. Thanks for watching and happy cutting!